Hello, this is Randy. I suppose there's always been women of every age who are willing to have casual sex with whatever man they come across when they feel the urge. And they don't care if that man is married, or they don't care to find out if he is, or they just, apparently there's women that just want to have fun and don't really think there's any consequences, don't care if they're hurting themselves or others, or as this one young guy is telling me on the internet as we speak, that some girls are just too busy, or they're not emotionally available for a relationship, so they're comfortable with their sexuality, and if they're willing to engage in casual sex, then he's not about to pass up a gorgeous girl who's willing to have sex. No strings attached. And it's not just a young single guy that has that attitude. I've pretty much heard that attitude from every single guy, that I wouldn't pass up free sex from a gorgeous girl, woman, or whatever. Okay, so that's their, pretty much that's their shtick, I'm not going to pass it up. Can't expect me to. So, alright, I guess that throws any kind of commitment, loyalty, or relationship out the window, because there are plenty of women around that do that, and make themselves available. And with the internet now, they can be found. I guess, like I said, they always existed, even though I think there's a lot more now than there ever was. But just because they existed didn't mean that men who were in a committed relationship really could easily come across them, unless they were looking for them. But now they don't hardly have to, they don't have to look very hard. I mean, a couple clicks of the button on, their laptop, and they can meet someone. It does not take any effort at all to find women of any age willing to have sex for free with no strings attached. So the attitude of oh, I wouldn't pass that up, and you can't expect me to, if that doesn't change when the man gets into a committed relationship, basically that's the end of committed relationships, because that's what committed means. So you can't ever be committed and have the attitude of, well, but I would never pass that up. And the offers are plentiful, and any woman who doesn't do that now is called uh, not comfortable with her sexuality is put down. So, you know, people used to shame sluts. It used to be a bad thing when I was like, you know, going to school. It would be a bad thing. It's like, you know, the school slut. You'd get a reputation, and it's not the reputation that anyone wanted, I wouldn't think. I mean, now you get a reputation if you are not a slut, because those girls are somehow put on a pedestal, and the ones that are, you know, acting like men, the ones that want to say, oh, I'm too busy for a relationship. What does that sound like? I'm too busy for a relationship. I have needs. I mean, let's just have fun. I mean, does that sound like a woman, or does it sound like what a man says? See, that's what a man says. That's what a man does. And you know, with the internet and with all the available women out there acting like men, and it just ruins it for everyone else. And the man continues to have that attitude where I can't pass it up. Well, you know, that's the end of the family. Basically, it's the end of any happy family. It's almost the end of an expectation of any kind of fidelity. And you know, if these couples think that they're going to somehow get trust and loyalty coming from an attitude and a society where the women are free, they're gorgeous, apparently, and where the men have the attitude of, well, you could never expect me to pass that up. I mean, doesn't that kind of equal the end of any kind of committed monogamous relationship, and therefore the end of marriage? Because why get married? You know, you already know that it's not going to mean anything. Both partners know it now. And I guess, you know, everybody just is out for themselves. You want to have a baby, that kind of throws a wrench into it. You know, I don't know, it's just pretty disgusting, the attitude that, you know, the young people have. Some of them, at least they're open with it. The older guys have that attitude too, and they're pretty open with it on the internet. I don't think they'd really necessarily admit to it face to face, but now that's what's going on here. And you're the odd person if you're somebody who doesn't engage in that. You're the unusual person, uncomfortable with your sexuality, you're called, if you're not just willing to throw it wherever to whoever just for the fun of it. Yeah, so that's where I'm at today, after engaging in some conversations on the dating site with, let's see, one was a 32-year-old, one was a 27-year-old. They messaged me. When that happens, I try to get into a conversation, try to find out a little bit more about where their minds are at, and that's where their minds are at, and they got no shame about it. That's how they feel. I just wanted to relate that to you. Sorry if that was depressing, but it's reality. Thanks for listening.